Welcome back to the Momentum Sports Podcast. How are we doing today, Derek?
Doing great. Just got off work and ready to go.
All right. Well, Jacob looks like he won't be with us this week. So, Derek and I are going to go through kind of what happened last week and react to it and make some predictions for week 4.
Oh, God, that week was ups and downs.
Yeah. So, let's first talk about the top 10 and let's see if we can spot any top 10 frauds and just an overall discussion about how everybody looks that's ranked in the top 10 and what we expect from them. So let's start at number 10. Let's go Penn State.
Penn State, 34-27 is Bowling Green. Oh my,
Bowling
Bowling
Green.
Green State. Yeah, Bowling Green Falcons. Oh wow. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe it. That's not 8 seed team. But you
10.
never know.
They're
It's
10
not
right
even a
now.
top.
They dropped 2.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. They did drop. But that's not
Yeah.
our top ranked team, 10 team,
No, you're good.
anyways. But yeah,
Um
but no, 34-27 is pretty bad. But then again, we thought Notre Dame was bad. We thought Oregon was bad.
yeah,
Guess
we're
what?
getting yeah.
This-
Notre Dame
Some teams have bad days.
Notre Dame made us have second thoughts. I still don't have them as a top 10 team, but they re-piqued my interest as okay, you're top 25-ish around there. I don't think they're a top 15 team, but let's see where they're at. Notre Dame is 17. I think that's fair after what they did last
Yeah,
week.
yeah. 17 is in the right spot, but actually, they'll continue climbing. People to continue following. It will happen. Just they can't lose another one. If they lose another one,
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get into a little bit more of Notre Dame stuff after this, but let's kind of go game or team by team. So you're saying that Penn State to you think they're a top 10 fraud. Is that right?
Um, Yeah, that was really bad. I
Who would
mean, they
you
have
replace them with?
who would I replace them with? I would say
Yeah.
USC maybe. I
Okay.
would put USC
USC's
up
at
there.
11.
Yep, definitely believe it. I actually think Oklahoma's even better.
All right. Well, we'll see what
It's a
happens.
facts are fact, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not very high on Penn State. I think that they're always overrated. They can never win their big games in their conference, and everybody else is not very good. So it doesn't say much winning
Hmm.
those games.
Yeah,
um,
well, Drew Allard threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for another. So,
yeah,
um,
against Bowling Green.
hmm
Yeah.
that's how you say his name, Drew Allard, right?
Hmm. Sounds
Yeah,
right. Um,
but
let's go
mhm.
to Oregon now. What do we think?
Oregon. Oregon. That was yeah, I think what did I say about Oregon? I said Oregon State was going to beat them by 3. Well, I hate to say this, but I was wrong on that one.
Yeah,
You know, uh
they
basically
looked good.
Oregon looked great. Oregon was awesome.
Yeah,
They are not a fraud anymore. They were just a late bloomer.
yeah,
There are some people, some teams that are late bloomers, and they surely were. Now let's hope
yeah.
they continue that on with UCLA. That's
So
what, in 2 weeks or
yeah,
1 week from now.
yeah, and then they
Hmm.
host Ohio State at some point this season. Let me double check which
Hmm.
week that is.
November
They
12th,
Yep, there it is. Or October.
October
It's
12th.
October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Too bad they're going to beat Ohio State. I mean, I'm sorry, Jacob, you're not here to defend yourself, but Ohio State has no chance. I'm saying this
yeah.
right now. Ohio State has no chance. Jacob, I hate to tell you this, but you're losing your first game to Ohio State. Mark that calendar, October 12th. If you want to prove me wrong, get on this show and let me hear it. But oh, you're not here to defend yourself. So boom, mic drop.
Yep. Uh, well, I'll defend him. Ohio State's not losing that game.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, uh, let's go on to the next one and let's try to get some of these kind of quick. Let's start with Miami at number 8.
Yeah, Miami, the University of Miami. I still don't think they're a top 10 team.
I feel the same way.
Uh, but they really don't play by until Louisville. And
I know.
Louisville, I don't even think that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, they got what? After Louisville, they got FSU. It sucks. After the, FSU's going to fire their coach this year. I'm going to tell you that right now. But they got Duke.
Yeah.
Duke has the Texas QB that transferred over to
Hmm.
Duke. So that should be an interesting game, but he's not doing so well at Duke either. I mean, they're winning. They're undefeated, but they're not winning impressively. So those are the games that you look forward to when you're Miami. But yeah, it's they'll make the playoffs. We'll find out when they make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what sucks about this is seeing that schedule. They only play one ranked opponent, and that's Louisville. And like you were saying, you don't even think Louisville's that good. Um, Gosh, there are some teams that would kill for this schedule that are going to be possibly not even ranked and could still go undefeated or be a contender in the schedule for like a one-loss season. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, uh, I would definitely put them on the fraud list. Um, because their best win is against Florida right now, and well,
Mm-hmm.
so is everybody else's who's played Florida. So
Mm-hmm.
let's go to Missouri. They dropped
Eh,
after not shutting out their opponent, as
yeah,
Derek
I
was
told
saying
you.
last week.
I told you, hey, you know what? Boston College is actually proving that they might
Hmm.
actually be better than we thought.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Missouri could show them out.
Hmm.
Missouri can be scored on. And
Hmm.
no, I'm not going to Vegas to make $100 bet for them to win it all.
Mm-mm.
But let me put it this way: if they go to Alabama and beat Alabama and beat Oklahoma and beat South Carolina, who I didn't think that was great, but apparently South Carolina has something there.
Yeah,
Uh, they're going to make the playoffs.
yeah.
Yep,
Uh,
and I think they'll do well.
that's the difference between a Missouri and a Miami. Is Missouri can prove itself, where
Hmm.
Miami just keeps beating mid teams, where Missouri has to prove itself. They have to beat, like you said, they have to play Alabama. They have to beat A&M at Kyle Field. They've got to beat Auburn, South
Hmm.
Carolina. Uh, let's see, and then they host Arkansas at the end of the year. So all of those games are, well, maybe not all of them, but most of those games are better than any of the games that Miami plays.
Hmm.
Honestly,
Well, here's
I
the
could
thing.
see all these teams beating Louisville. Like I just don't think that Miami has a tough schedule, and the
Yeah.
Missouri
Well, the
one is
thing is, what's going to keep Miami in the top 10 is that they win, and they're going to have to score convincingly. Like we go back to Miami when they play South Florida, they're actually a 16.5 point favorite, and they're going to have to win more than 16.5. I say maybe 24 more points. Yeah, it will have to be sufficient to be kind of convince me, and they're just going to have
yeah.
to be ahead of the spread like by a touchdown or more to prove that they're better than what I think they are.
Hmm.
You know, that's the only way they're going to be relevant. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure how these teams are on defense, so I can't say how well Miami will match up to a team like Georgia's defense or Texas' defense.
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of Georgia and Texas and the rest of the SEC, um, out of the next seven or out of the top 7 ranked teams in the country, um, 6 of them are SEC,
Hmm. Yeah,
and
SEC has a lot.
Yeah, and here's the thing: they all play each other, pretty much. Alabama, Ole Miss, they play each other. Alabama, Tennessee, or does Tennessee play Alabama? I want to double check on that. Okay, Tennessee does not play Alabama, so scratch that. But Tennessee plays Missouri. I'm pretty sure. Wow, did I just get that wrong too? They don't play Missouri. Usually they do. Okay, so Tennessee plays out of the top 10. They're going to play Georgia and they're going to play Alabama. So
Hmm.
those three will be, interacting with one another. Texas and Georgia will play. Texas escaped by not having to play anybody else in this range. They only have to play one of them.
It's not our fault. The FCC was trying to keep them from playing people. I
Yeah,
understand.
no.
That's why they put Texas going, Texas A&M, because behind the scenes, Texas A&M was saying, no, we don't want Texas and SEC. But if they're going to come to SEC, they have to come to a College Station to play. Same thing with
Yeah.
basketball. I think their first game of basketball is in College Station. Now I could be wrong, but I think that yeah, no, baseball. That's what it was. Texas has to go to Texas A&M for baseball. They're not coming to Texas. So that's another reason. I think it was all motivated with Texas A&M approval. I also think Arkansas they had to go over to Arkansas. What rivalry is coming to Texas? I mean, none.